All right, you all. So let's get started with our pledges. So please stand for the pledges. Pledge to the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Our campus mission: develop young men into impactful leaders through the development of their intellectual, moral, physical, social, and emotional skills for the global society of tomorrow. Our campus vision: the school of today for tomorrow's leaders. Motto: believe, achieve, succeed. Our core beliefs: campus core, engagement, encouragement, exposure, environment, excellence. Student core, academia, brotherhood, character, perseverance, service. Our campus creed: we are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. We believe in the transformative powers of knowledge and wisdom. We believe that success is brought about by perseverance, not chance. We know our actions are governed by strength of character rather than whims of emotion. We resist excuses, holding ourselves accountable for our actions. We are successful through honesty, humility, and the pursuit of intellectual excellence. We are loyal to our family. We are our brother's keeper. We are committed to our community. We are servants of mankind. We have the audacity to hope. We have the audacity to succeed. We are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. And now for our school song.
Mr.
Do we have a group?
Mr. Akbar's class.
I want too many. Okay, we'll do it. Can I do it? Yeah, please. Can we do it? Please. Mr. Jackson, whenever you're ready, can you just press play, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you guys get closer to the camera or something?
And now for a moment of silence. All right, thank you very much. You may be seated. All right, y'all, we have a couple of guest speakers. Oh, sorry, we have a guest speaker and we have a couple of guests. So we want to make sure that we are just on our normal behavior, which is, we're paying attention, we're engaging. If it's an opportunity, we hope that we're able to ask some questions. Okay, and also Mr. Wood has some presentations also. All right, well, that sounds great. We also, the line, and I'll refresh the screen. I changed, now that we're in February, I changed it to the line from our creed, which is we have the audacity to hope. And that is, let's see what line is that. I want to update that in 1 second. That is the third to the last line. So 11. So in honor of Black History Month, I've chosen the line, "We have the audacity to hope." So, there's a lot of different stuff going around by, we have minorities giving them lower expectations, affirmative action lowers those expectations, but we're not even engaging in that conversation. We have the audacity to hope. We here at Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy have the highest expectations. We want you all to be able to go to any college of your choice on a full academic scholarship and go to that college and thrive academically and socially. So that's what we are focusing on with our February month. We have the audacity to hope. All right, so we don't have any birthdays. So we're going to take a quick 3 minutes to get in rhythm, and then we can dedicate the rest of that time to our presentations. So the timer has started. Log into your Clever app and please respond to those questions. All right, y'all, we have about 30 seconds, so please wrap all of that up. We don't have any other birthdays. We don't have any birthdays today, so I'll stop sharing here and we can go to any announcements that we have.
All right, really quickly here, it's your school counselor, Mr. Dover. We've got some cold weather coming, and so it's been on my mind. I've also seen a few reports from the Rhythm app with a lot of students that are reporting they are hungry. So I do have resources to food banks. If you or your family are in need of food or any other kind of resources like warm clothing or anything like that, please reach out to me. You can do that in a number of ways. You can put in a counseling request. You can send me an email. You can talk with your teacher. And I am happy to help connect you to resources to get you what you need to be warm, healthy, and full, especially with this cold weather coming in. And you won't be able, there's a possibility that you might not be at school for a few days where you get that breakfast and lunch provided by us. So please take advantage today and tomorrow to reach out to me so that I can get you some resources in place if that is what you and your family need. Thank you and have a good day.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Dover. And do we have other announcements? All right, so we can, oh, go ahead, Mr. Forte. I'm glad you jumped on in.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson. I just wanted to make an announcement for our all region singers. This past Saturday, we had our 7th and 8th graders audition, and we had several brothers make it. And not only that, with the guys, because it's not as many girls, the guys that audition for tenor and bass, they automatically just have the top choir. But for girls, they have the top choir and then the treble choir, which is all girls, because more girls audition. And so if you look at just the top choir, which the guys only qualify, Bamla, again, just like with high school, we had the most, actually, I think in the region, we had the most brothers make it in the region. Now, when you add the treble choir, you have only like two schools above us, but even still, that's only like a couple of singers. So in total, we had 20 brothers make it, and I wanted to congratulate those brothers and their placement. We have Brother Randy Garcia, who made 20th chair, Evan Smith, 19th, Joseph Van, 15th chair, Joel Flores, 12th chair, Christian Ramos, 6th chair, and Serdo, 4th chair. Then in the other category, we have Justin Hawkins, 20th chair, Angel Hernandez, 19th chair, Jeremiah Landrum, 16th chair, Diego Reyes, 11th chair, Isaac Cedar Solis, 7th chair, Jeremy Robledo, 6th chair. And then our highest for our higher voices, we have Carlos Mendoza, 20th, Kevin Delgado Macias, 19th chair, Isaac Villanueva, 17th, Mike Reyes, 15th, Emilio Benitez, 16th, Elio Cruz, 7th chair, Caleb Scott, 4th chair, and Brendan Hawkins, 1st chair. So if you can see those brothers, and I can see that to Miss Garrett, or y'all can follow us on Instagram at Bama Glee Club. But if you see those brothers in the hallway, please congratulate them, because when you look at the top choir, we had the most students, period, and that's boys and girls. So great job to those brothers.
And thank you very much, Mr. Forte, for your hard work, and thank you very much, brothers, for all your hard work. And we want to make sure that we share that information and celebrate it. So when you have a chance, please get that over to Miss Garrett. I saw it on your Google Classroom last night, but we want to get it on over to sharing it on out in the district. Okay, and I see Mr. Akbar.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Akbar here. 6th grade World Cup to 7th grade Texas history. I was supposed to make this announcement last week, but I wasn't here. But I wanted to say, for the house competition with the first semester, when we did the points, there was a little bit of a mix-up between students who were given points, but for the wrong house. So as we know, the totals are really, really close, and I'll post the final official totals on the Leadership Lounge around lunch time. So I just want to congratulate the House of Expedition, who overcame the House of Decree, because there were about, I want to say, 3 or 4 brothers who were given points for Decree when in fact they were in Expedition. So congratulations to the House of Expedition, and looking forward, and you can look forward to the final point total on the Leadership Lounge around lunch. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akbar, and congratulations to the House of Expedition. Great job, young men. Great job, great job. All right, any other announcements? All right, well, we're going to turn it on over to Mr. Onate, and then with the time that's remaining, I know Mr. Wood said that they have several presentations, so we'll see how much time we have remaining.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, and thank you all for having me. Just an FYI, my colleague from Texas A&M, Latasha Starr, should be joining pretty soon. So in case you see that name, if you could please let her in, because she'll be a part of the presentation, Latasha Starr. So she should be joining here in a little while, a few minutes. So do want to thank you again for the opportunity to present to all of your wonderful students. I'm excited to share what Dallas College has to offer in this amazing partnership that we have with Texas A&M University. So really quickly introduce myself. My name is Paul Oñate. I am the Assistant Director of the Engineering Academy at Dallas College. So I'm new to Dallas College. I just started this past the 3rd of January. But for the past 3 years, I was working at Texas A&M University and then came on with Dallas College now. So I'm very familiar with Dallas College, but new to actually being employed there myself. But man, I've explored all of the different pathways, everything that Dallas College has to offer. And there's an amazing opportunity for you to study engineering. If that's what you're interested in, if you want to pursue an engineering degree, Dallas College has opportunities for you that you can start off here locally. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. And if you can just confirm that you can see the presentation, okay, right? You're not seeing the notes, you're just seeing the regular presentation.
Yes, sir, you're good.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So really quickly, just want to introduce this pathway or this program to you. It's called the Texas A&M Engineering Academy at Dallas College. Now, some of you may have heard this of this pathway before. Maybe teachers, counselors, you've heard of this. If not, awesome, that's great. I want you to learn about this because I think this is a great pathway for students here in the Dallas area. So what is the Engineering Academy? What do we do? How does it work? So the Texas A&M Chevron Engineering Academy at Dallas College is a co-enrollment partnership between the College of Engineering at Texas A&M and Dallas College. So as you can see there, you see that map, you'll see all of the different Dallas College campuses that are in our area, all throughout Dallas County, right? So really anywhere that you are in Dallas, there's going to be a campus that you can attend, right? You may be familiar with Dallas College. They used to be called Dallas County Community College District. They changed their name, rebranded, and now they're just Dallas College, but it's the same exact place, right? So what is the Engineering Academy? What do students do? So students gain full admission to Texas A&M University and are co-enrolled, as mentioned, in the Texas A&M College of Engineering and at Dallas College. Students enroll in engineering courses taught by Texas A&M faculty at the El Centro campus. So there's actually an engineering professor that is employed by A&M, is teaching the exact same courses that students in College Station take. They're just being taught face-to-face here in Dallas at the El Centro campus. And as I mentioned, Professor Starr, Latasha Starr is the person who teaches those classes. So she's going to be in this meeting here in a few minutes. Students also enroll in math, science, and core curriculum courses at one of the Dallas College campuses. So typically those courses are like Cal 1, Cal 2, right? In math, sciences, or chemistries, physics, and core curriculum, English, histories, economics. Maybe you're in dual credit classes right now. Maybe you're junior, senior, and you might be taking some of those courses through Dallas College already, right? So you're already kind of ahead on the game because you're already taking some of those classes. So students spend 1 to 2 years co-enrolled in the Engineering Academy before transitioning to College Station. And I want to emphasize that transitioning point there because this sounds very similar to a transfer pathway, right? And it might sound like, okay, so I'm a Dallas College student, a Texas A&M student. So after a year, I then transferred to A&M, I applied to transfer. No, that is not the case. Because you have gained full admission to Texas A&M University from the very first day, from day one, you step foot on your Dallas College campus, you are an A&M student, right? So once it comes time for you to move to College Station or make the move off to campus, you do not have to transfer. You've already been fully admitted to Texas A&M. So you just apply to majors, get admitted to the major you want, and you move to College Station. You do not have to transfer. It is not a transfer pathway, right? So something to keep in mind. It's a transition after 1 to 2 years. So why should you enroll in the academy? What are the benefits? Number one, affordability. Students on average can save more than $4,000 per semester. And the reason why is the majority of classes are being taken through Dallas College. So students pay Dallas College tuition for the majority of their courses, math, science, and core curriculum, right? Students are eligible to use the Dallas Promise on your Dallas College courses. So if your campus is a Dallas Promise campus and you qualify for that financial aid opportunity, you can use that to pay for the courses that you're taking through Dallas College. You also save money on room and board by staying at home while in the academy because Dallas College doesn't offer housing or like student dorms, right? So you don't have to pay those expenses up front because you can stay at home with family and just commute back and forth to your campus. And as a Dallas College student, you get free access to the DART. So if you want to ride a DART and save money there, you can do that as well, right? 100% free to apply to the Engineering Academy. So we do not charge an application fee from applying to Dallas College to submitting all of the other documents, applying to A&M. It is all 100% completely free. I do want you to keep in mind that students do pay Texas A&M University tuition for their engineering course. So students do take one engineering course through Texas A&M each semester. Tuition is paid to A&M, right? Just for that one course. Everything else is paid to Dallas College. So you're receiving savings. Another reason that you should consider enrolling in the Engineering Academy is that you get access to Texas A&M and to Dallas College. As you can see in some of the pictures there, that's in downtown Dallas, actually at the one main building in downtown as a part of the El Centro campus. That's where we have our engineering classroom and lab space. So this is almost an exact replica of what a classroom would look like in College Station on our main campus. As you can see on there, the lab equipment, the lab space, from all of the pictures and signs that go hung up in the classroom, it is fully a Texas A&M University classroom. So you have access to what College Station, what Texas A&M University has to offer here in Dallas, right? You also have access to a Texas A&M academic advisor and a Dallas College success coach. So you kind of have double the support, double the academic support, right? When you're needing to register for classes, or maybe you need a little bit of extra help, or you need someone to go to just to get some questions answered, you have someone on the A&M side and someone on the Dallas College side that can help you. You also have access to a Texas A&M University professor. As I mentioned, I think she's on the call now. Professor Starr is your professor. She is employed by Texas A&M. She teaches the same exact classes that are taught in College Station. You're just taking them here with her. So they're smaller class sizes, right? Significantly smaller than what you would be taking, or with the exact class size that you would be in College Station. Your courses at Dallas College are significantly smaller. So that means that you have a little bit more access to face-to-face time with your professor, right? Maybe you're a student who just feels like you learn better in a smaller class environment. You want to get to know your professor. You want to go directly to them and ask them for help. You can do that in the Engineering Academy. You also have access to student success resources at Dallas College and Texas A&M. So for example, mentoring programs at Texas A&M, tutoring at Texas A&M, tutoring at Dallas College. You can access all of that. Because as I mentioned, you've gained full admission to A&M, to Texas A&M University from the very first day. So you can use all of the resources that Texas A&M University has to offer, but you can also access, obviously, as a Dallas College student, what we have to offer to ensure that you're successful, that you're maintaining a good GPA, that you're getting the major that you want, right? Extracurricular activities and trips. So we actually get to do fun stuff. You get to do things on the side, things that are incorporated into the Engineering Academy. So you are able to join Dallas College student organizations such as the STEM League, which provides awesome opportunities for networking, career growth, writing resumes, really making yourself a better candidate for internships and for job opportunities. And a new organization to Dallas College called American Society of Mechanical Engineers. You don't even have to be a mechanical engineering student to join that. You can just join if you want to network, get to know people, build up your resume, take a leadership position, makes it you look really good on a resume, right? Gives you a lot of opportunities. You also have the opportunity to join Texas A&M University student organizations. So if you want to join anything that's offered in College Station, you can do that. You are a Texas A&M student in this program. So if you want to go to campus on your own, visit campus, join a club, you can do that, right? We also take trips to College Station, for example, campus engagement, where we give you a tour of campus, tailgate, and a football game. So we do take students to a Texas A&M football game and a career fair. So you can see some of the pictures there. On the left, that's a kind of a trip to a study abroad trip that our students took to Medina, Mexico a few years ago. So students in the Engineering Academy have the opportunity to do that. That second picture there is a career fair. Our students actually just went this past Thursday. They get to talk to companies like Boeing and Lockheed and Microsoft, Yahoo's, companies that are there recruiting engineering students. That third picture there, you can see we're in front of Kyle Field. If you don't know what Kyle Field is, that's where Texas A&M plays football. I think one of the largest stadiums in the country, holds like over 100,000 people. And our students are there in front of the field taking pictures. And then on the far right, we had the Dallas Aggie Moms, kind of like a mom club for students, or their students are Texas A&M students, and they came and gave our students treats before exams, kind of just as a good luck, right? So these are just some of the things that we'll get to participate in as an Engineering Academy student. Keep in mind, you are an A&M student, you get full access. So if you ever want to go to campus on your own, watch a football game on your own, go listen to a guest speaker on your own, you can do that. Texas A&M is your school. So you also have the opportunity to explore over 20 different engineering majors that the College of Engineering has to offer, from biomedical, mechanical, ocean, electrical, industrial, civil, and many more. So during your first year, you'll be a general engineering student. Those trips to campus and different events that we'll put on for you give you the opportunity to really learn about the different engineering majors and kind of figure out what you want to do, what you want to major in. And then at the end of your first year is when you'll choose a major to apply to, right? Just to give you some data, some statistics on A&M, it ranks number 7 in College of Engineering programs in the nation. So you would be fully admitted to one of the top 10 engineering programs here in the United States. A lot of the programs like mechanical, biomedical, chemical, aerospace rank in the top 10 nationally, right? So you have the access to apply and be admitted to those majors while you're here in Dallas, right? Something to keep in mind, you're admitted to a really, really competitive, really, really like well-known engineering program. So if you're interested, you're ready to apply, what do you need to do? So students must be pre-calculus ready. What that means is that by the first semester in the engineering academy, or essentially the fall after you graduate high school, right? That following fall, you need to be able to enroll in at minimum college level pre-calculus, right? There's a few ways that I determine if you're pre-calculus ready. That can be through SAT or ACT scores, specifically on the math portion of those scores. If you received a 600 or higher on the math of the SAT or a 25 or higher on the math ACT, then you would be pre-qualified for the engineering academy. And this section of the presentation is specifically for like seniors. If you're a senior right now and you're interested in engineering and you think this pathway is for you, this information is relevant, right? Because this is what you're going to be using to pre-qualify for the academy. We can also pre-qualify you with credit for Math 1316 or trigonometry or higher on a current Dallas College transcript. That just means that maybe you're a dual credit student right now and you're already enrolled in Math 1316, maybe pre-cal, maybe even calculus if your school offers it, then you could pre-qualify. Credit by exam, if you take the AP, some of you might be in ABBC calculus at the end of the year and you're going to take the AP exam. That's another way that you could pre-qualify. Or there's one more way, that's a placement test. And that's kind of on the side, something that we use kind of as a last thing to pre-qualify you if you don't meet any of those other requirements. But again, this is important. This is how you would apply. This is what makes you eligible, is being at minimum pre-calculus ready, essentially by freshman year of college. Typically, you guys are getting their junior, senior years when you're taking these classes, right? SAT, ACT, and then the dual credit math classes. So I'm glad that I get to talk to like 6th graders, 7th, 8th, 9th, because if you want to study engineering, you've got to prepare yourself, I'd say from the get-go, right? To take the necessary math classes, to get into the program that you need to get into, to build that foundation for calculus and for engineering, because it's important, right? An engineer is going to use calculus and physics for the rest of their career. So it's important that you start building those foundations now, right? It's not too early. So you're interested, you'd like to apply, what's that process look like? How do you start the application process? Again, this is specifically for you seniors, right? This is relevant to you now because our application is open and you can start this process, right? So first is you have to apply to Dallas College. You can apply to any of the campuses, whichever is closest to you. If it's Eastfield, if it's El Centro, if it's Mountain View, wherever you're at, you could apply to that campus and you can participate in the engineering academy. Second is to submit a pre-qualification form. I actually have a QR code available in the next slide for you to have access to that pre-qualification form. This is very important. This is your way of telling us that you're interested in the engineering academy. By filling out that form, your information goes to me. I then reach out to you and say, hey, what do you have that we can pre-qualify you with, right? Whether that's SAT, ACT scores or dual credit. And then lastly, you'll submit the Texas A&M application if you're pre-qualified. So this application is specific and individual for the engineering academy. It's not like a general application that you submitted if you were interested in applying to A&M as an incoming freshman. It's individual for the engineering academy. The application is still open, as you see the dates there, and it is free. Again, we don't charge an application fee, 100% free for you to apply. From the application to Dallas College to the application to A&M, all completely covered, no cost to you. So Texas A&M application dates, the application is open now. It opened December 1st and it'll close June 1st. There's an early action deadline of April 1st. If maybe you have everything in, you want to hear back sooner, you're ready to go, and you want to make a decision on where you're going to attend, you can apply by April 1st, but maybe you want to weigh out your options. Maybe you're still waiting on hearing back from a university you applied to, and you want to wait until June 1st, you have that opportunity. Now, I suggest applying as soon as you can, just so you have a little bit more time to make that decision. But you have, all the way up until after high school graduation, I think, right, to apply to the engineering academy. So there is still time for you guys to apply, you seniors who are interested. So this here is the QR code that takes you to the pre-qualification form. So if it's allowed and you want to take out your phone, you can scan that QR code. Or if you look on the bottom there, that short link, you can just write that down. And maybe when you're at home, then visit that on your computer, on your phone, text.ag/TEECIF. That takes you directly to the pre-qualification form. Again, this is important for you seniors. There's no other way of us knowing that you want to apply unless you fill this form out. You need to fill this form out. And that's how we'll get in contact with you to start the process. So I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to take that down, take a picture of it, scan it, or write that link down. So that way you can ensure that you have that information that you need to start the process to apply. Again, this is for seniors. If you're a junior, sophomore, feel free to take it down, but please don't submit that form yet because you're not eligible until senior year to apply. All right, so give you a few more seconds. Awesome. So again, I am with Dallas College, so I want to share everything that Dallas College has to offer. So there is guided pathways at Dallas College. So let's say you're interested in engineering, but maybe you're thinking, hey, I want to stay local. I don't want to go too far away from home. I want to start off, here in a smaller environment, but I want to be able to have the opportunity to stay close to home and attend a university here. Great. Dallas College has those options as well. As you can see, we have partnerships with UT Dallas, University of North Texas, UT Arlington, A&M Commerce, Texas Women's, where you can actually start essentially your engineering degree through one of those universities at Dallas College as well. This is more of a transfer pathway, right? You're not like guaranteed admission to the university. You would still have to follow through. So it's a little different from the engineering academy because you gain full admission to A&M from day one. This one, you would meet with an advisor at Dallas College, let them know of your interest in that pathway, and they would ensure that you're taking the correct classes that you would need to then transfer into, mechanical at UTD or computer engineering at UNT, whatever you're interested in, right? So again, I want to let you know that there's multiple pathways for you to pursue engineering if you're interested in an engineering degree, right? There's multiple pathways at Dallas College. So I want you to feel free to contact me if you have any questions. As you can see there, that's my information. That there's a picture of me with the students when we visited College Station, a few of our students that were there. So that is my email there, ponate@dccd.edu, and that is my office phone number. So if you have questions, if maybe you need additional information, your parents have questions and they're like, hey, my parents want to schedule a meeting with you, we want to learn a little bit more, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer your questions and meet with you and give you the information that you need. And lastly, Professor Starr, Latasha Starr, is our engineering professor. So I think she's on the meeting. Latasha, can you hear us? Do you want to jump on really quickly and introduce yourself?
Hi, I am on the meeting. I am having some technical difficulties with my camera, but you see a picture of me there. So here I am. Paul, thank you so much for giving such a wonderful overview of the academy and the programs that we have to offer for the students at Barack Obama Academy. So again, I am the engineering professor of practice. So what does that mean? That means that prior to becoming a professor, I've had at least 15 years of industrial experience in engineering as a professional engineer out there in the field. And I'm bringing all of that knowledge to you guys as a professor at Texas A&M here at Dallas College. So what's really cool about that is that in addition to the textbook knowledge and the things that we do in the lab, as a student with the academy, you're going to get nuggets from me from industry. So I spent years at, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, NASA. So I'm going to bring all of that into the classroom. And that's what kind of makes the professor of practice very unique, because we've actually practiced in industry before becoming your professors. So again, I like to infuse my lessons with real world scenarios. I like to bring industry into the classroom to make that more of a fulfilling experience for you. So some of the classes that we're going to take as part of this curriculum is focused on Python, engineering computation. So even if you don't know how to code, I'm going to show you how to use Python to maximize your engineering experience. Also, we take classes that focus on student success as well. So I'm going to make sure that you're prepared with the soft skills that are needed to accompany those technical skills out in industry. We also take a class that's focused on combining the theories of physics, engineering, and electronics. And then the very next semester, we take that same physics and engineering and combine it with mechanics. So we have wonderful technology in our lab that allows you to get that hands-on experience that you need, and really prepare you for, again, an industrial setting that's very technical challenging, but also give you the communication skills that you need to be successful. So combined with the leadership skills. So I'm so happy to be the professor there and to have the opportunity to teach you if you guys decide to join the academy. Again, if you're looking for that balance of leadership, technical robustness, as well as communication business savvy, I think that this is a great place for you to enroll. And for all the reasons that Paul said, it's affordable, you get to stay close to home, and then get to have me as a professor. So hopefully you guys will apply. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Professor Starr. So that concludes our presentation. That's really kind of the general overview of what the Engineering Academy is. But I do want to give you all the opportunity, if you have any, to ask your questions. So maybe some of the teachers, counselors, maybe some of the students have questions. We are happy to take those and answer your questions at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Let's see if I can stop somehow. Here we go. And give you the floor to ask any questions. So does anyone have any questions for myself or for Professor Starr this morning?
Good morning. My name is Mr. Akbar, 6th grade World Culture, 7th grade Texas Studies. I have a student here with a question.
Okay.
I'm Brother Samuel Williams, house of mine is 6th grade. I was wondering, can you get accepted for a scholarship to play football for another college, or you have to switch colleges to play for that team?
Man, that's a great question. So as you know, Texas A&M is a big school, D1, SEC football. So you're going to be recruited from the get-go. So this partnership might not lead you there. Not to say that you can't play football as an engineering student. It's happened, but it's very, very time consuming. So I'll answer your question with, usually if you're getting a scholarship, you have to commit to that school, typically after senior year or during senior year even, and then you'll go to that school. So man, I wish I could answer your questions more on athletics, but I could just kind of give you my general knowledge of it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really answer your question on athletics much. We're really here for engineering kind of focused questions. Any other questions? I think that means we did a good job, Professor Starr. We gave the majority of the information needed. Any questions?
No, we do have and thank you very much, Soñate, and then thank you very much, Professor Starr. We will ask Mr. Akbar to post all the contact information on the Leadership Lounge.
Sure.
And they'll be able to get in contact with y'all for questions.
Please, yes. Thank you again for having us. We appreciate it and look forward to seeing you all and hearing from you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. You all take care.
Thank you.
All right. So
Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. So Mr. Wood, I don't know if we need to make you a co-host. Are your brothers going to be presenting live?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Mr. Wood here. So a couple of things. So we have 2 students that I know are in Lyceum right now, so they will need co-host abilities. So that's going to be Brother Jesus Cardoza and Brother Nathan Mesfin, since they're going to be presenting. And then if he shows up, Brother David Venegas Cruz is supposed to also be presenting, but I have not seen him. So hopefully he shows up. So we're going to go ahead and start with Brother Jesus Cardoza. And Brother Jesus, he is going to be presenting, starting our presentations this month for Black History Month. And he's going to be presenting about Sojourner Truth. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to him. So Brother Jesus, if you want to go ahead and take over.
Good morning. I will be presenting about Sojourner Truth. My name is Jesus Cardoza. I'm in 10th grade, House of Alliance. Sojourner Truth was born November 26th, 1883, and was born with the name Isabel Bonfrey. She changed her name to Sojourner Truth because she had joined, or she wanted to be a part of Christianity, and once she joined, she wanted to change her name, and now she changed it to Sojourner Truth. The picture on the right is a statue of her in Florence, Michigan. Some achievements she did was she wrote the famous speech, Ain't I a Woman? She was also an abolitionist, and with all the hard work that she did, she was able to get recognized by the President Abraham Lincoln. She was also the first African-American woman to challenge a white man in court and to get her son back from a slave owner. So here's a little video to actually go into more depth.
1797 in Ulster County, New York. Originally named Isabella Bomfrey, Truth was sold at 11 years old along with a flock of sheep for $100.
Sojourner Truth wrote about her life as a child in slavery, and she talked about experiencing sexual abuse and continued beatings and whippings by her slave owner.
Truth fled her master in 1826, 1 year before the abolition of slavery in New York, and eventually became a freed slave.
After Truth became a free woman, she had the courage to go to court to challenge the legality of her son being sold into slavery. She was successful against so many odds, which is what makes that court case so amazing.
Inspired by religion, she changed her name to Sojourner Truth in 1843. The following year, she joined forces with abolitionists such as Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison.
Sojourner Truth became a traveling preacher, but also she was an early women's rights advocate, and so she spoke very forcefully for that as well.
In 1850, she published her memoirs, and the following year, Truth delivered her famous speech at the Ohio Women's Rights Convention.
The speech was later retitled, Ain't I a Woman? And it was so powerful in part because it talked about the equality of work that was executed by Black people in general, that people who were free and unfree worked just as hard whether they were men or women.
Following the outbreak of the Civil War, Truth recruited troops for the Union Army and met with President Lincoln in 1864, who gave her permission to become a counselor at Freedmen's Village.
Sojourner Truth made a singular contribution during the Civil War. She agitated for Black people to be able to fight for their own freedom.
Truth continued to campaign for abolition and women's rights until her death on November 26, 1883. In 2009, a statue of Sojourner Truth was unveiled at the U.S. Capitol, commemorating her legacy.
Sojourner Truth was one of the gutsiest women in American history, Black or white.
Okay, so that is my presentation over Sojourner Truth. And that's some of the websites that I got my information from.
So guys, at the end of each presentation, if anybody in any other class has a question for the presenter about their topic, that would be the time to ask those questions. So are there any questions regarding Sojourner Truth for Brother Jesus? There you
My name's Casey Lloyd. I'm in 7th grade House of Alliance. And I was wondering, why did you pick Sojourner Truth out of all the people you could pick?
Mostly I chose Sojourner Truth because she was like mostly what she did a lot of impacts on people. She was a woman rights activist. She was also an abolitionist, and she also tried so many things, and that's mainly why I chose her.
All right, thank you guys very much, and thank you, Brother Jesus, for your presentation. Mr. Jackson, do we have time for one more?
Yes, sir. We have until 9:35. We got time.
All right, sounds good. All right, so Brother David, are you ready to go? Yeah. All right, so next up, we're going to have Brother David Benegas Cruz, and he is going to be doing a presentation for us about Louis Armstrong.
Hello, my name is David, and I guess I'll be doing a quick presentation about Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong was a jazz trumpet player. He was a very popular trumpet player in the 900s. His early life, he was, when he first picked up a cornet, he immediately fell in love with playing. So he decided that that would be what he would do for the rest of his life. He joined a band early. He had a huge influence on music. When he was little, jazz wasn't really a big thing until later on in his life. So he also made one of the very popular songs, "What a Wonderful World," and featured in many, many movies. That's about it. He was a vocalist, singer, and also a comedian.
All right, thank you very much, Brother David. Do we have any questions for Brother David about Louis Armstrong?
Hi, my name is Brother Gino Brown, House of Alliance, and same kind of question as Brother Kason, but why did you choose Louis Armstrong?
Oh, I'm also a trumpet player, so thought it would be kind of interesting.
All right, thank you very much, Brother David. And I think we have time for just one more presentation, and that's going to be Brother Nathan Mesvin. And Brother Nathan is going to be presenting on Madam C.J. Walker. So Brother Nathan, I think you're in here. If you want to go ahead and start your presentation on Madam C.J. Walker.
Okay, sure. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Can I see that?
Yes, sir.
Hi, but hello, my name is Nathan Mesvin, and I'm doing Madam C.J. Walker. Should be Madam right there. Who's Madam C.J. Walker? Sarah Breedlove, who is later known as Madam C.J. Walker, is an African-American entrepreneur, philanthropist, and political social activist. She became the first female millionaire and a cosmetics mogul, and she created Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing. Beginnings. Born on December 23, 1867, she's born in Delta, Louisiana, which is a plantation. Owen and Minerva Anderson Breedlove. They had been a slave before the end of the Civil War. But orphaned at age 7, she often said, I got my start by giving myself a start. She and her older sister, Louisiana, survived by working on cotton fields in Delta and nearby Vicksburg, Mississippi. New outlook. While living in St. Louis, she made friendships with other Black women who were members of the St. Paul AME Church and the National Association of Colored Women, exposed its new ways of viewing the world. The idea. In the 1890s, Sarah began to suffer from scalp ailment that caused her to lose most of her hair. She consulted everyone she knew to experiment with home remedies and store-bought products, but found answers when she met Annie Malone, another Black businesswoman. In 1905, Sarah moved from Denver as a sales agent for Malone and married her third husband, Charles Joseph Walker, a St. Louis newspaper. That's where she got her name, Madam C.J. Walker. She founded her own business, became selling Madam Walker's wonderful hair growth, a scalp conditioning and healing formula, which she claimed had been real to her in a dream. That's an opinion. We don't know if that actually happened. To promote her products, the new Madam C.J. Walker traveled for a year and a half on a dizzying crusade through heavily Black South and Southeast, selling her products door to door, demonstrating her scalp treatments in churches and lodges, and devising sales and marketing strategies. In 1908, she temporarily moved her base to Pittsburgh, where she opened up Lila College to train Walker hair culturists, which is known as beauticians today. The new factory. By early 1910, she had settled in Indianapolis, and the nation's largest inland manufacturing center at the time, where she built her factory, hair and manicure salon, and another training school. Less than a year after her arrival, Walker grabbed national headlines in the Black press when she contributed $1,000 to the building fund of a colored YMCA in Indianapolis. In July 1917, when a white mob murdered more than 3 dozen Blacks in East St. Louis, Illinois, Walker joined a group of Harlem leaders who visited the White House to present a petition advocating federal anti-lynching legislation. Her Madam C.J. Hair Cultures Union in America convention in Philadelphia in 1917 must have been one of the first national meetings of businesswomen in the country. Walker used the gathering not to only reward her agents for their business success, but to encourage the political activism as well. Conclusion. Madam C.J. Walker helped create the role of the 20th century. Self-made American businesswoman, established herself as a pioneer of a modern Black hair and cosmetics industry, and set standards in African-American community for corporate and community giving. Thank you. That's my presentation. I'll take questions now.
All right, I'm not hearing any questions coming up, but thank you very much, Brother Nathan. Again, we're going to be continuing these presentations throughout the month of February in honor of Black History Month. So there are going to be a variety of different topics. Not all of them are involving a particular person. It could be an event, it could be a group, it could be anything related to Black history. And so there are a variety of topics that students have chosen in the African American history classes. So be looking forward to that. Tomorrow morning, we have just one presentation since it's a shorter day, and that's going to be Brother Thomas Jordan. So hopefully he is ready to go with his presentation tomorrow. And so we're looking forward to it. All right, with that, turn it back over to Mr. Jackson. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Wood. And thank you, Brother David, Brother Nathan, and Brother Jesus. We appreciate you all sharing this morning, and we look forward to additional Black history presentations. All right, any announcements before we head out, you all? We got about 1 minute. All right, let's make it a great day, you all at Baumla, and I'll see you in the hallways and the classrooms. Thank you all.